Warm.
Welcome to the Lava Lamp Lounge, the show where we talk about a board game and we talk about a movie. The game we're going to be talking about today is a blast from the past, Mystery of the Abbey. All right, before we get into this board game, uh, we kind of talked about it when we were setting up. There is, as everyone who's probably even watching this is or listening is aware, there is an updated version of this game.
It's gotta be fresh.
So we're going to be talking about
Very recent.
Very recent. If it's not out already, I think it is out already. So at the time of this recording, there is a new version of Mystery of the Abbey, either out already or coming out. It's on Board Game Geek, but I don't know. I don't know if it's out there for sale or not, but I'm going to assume so. So we're going to be talking about the old Days of Wonder game, and it is a social deduction game. It's a murder mystery set at an abbey. I will my initial description of this game when I describe this game to people is like a combination of Guess Who and Clue. Yeah, it's like my elevator pitch for this game is like it's a gamery Clue. Yeah.
Okay.
And so kind of the highlight of it, right? You can add anything I might be missing. Keep me honest, Cody, but the long and short of it is you play thematically, you play as monks in an abbey. There's been a murder. You're trying to deduce who the murderer is. And the murderers all have very kind of distinct traits. You have the type of monks, which are Templar, Benedictine, and Franciscan. You have if the monk is fat or if the monk is skinny, if the monk is hooded or if the monk is not hooded, the monk is like bearded or not. So there's these different aspects and physical features you're trying to kind of narrow down.
And there's also subclasses, right?
Brother, novice, and father.
Yeah.
So, and you have a little cheat sheet, not unlike Clue, that has all the different monks and the suspects on that you are, as the game goes by,
You can mark off.
eliminating as suspects. And you know that someone is not a murderer when you have their card, not unlike Clue. So if you have the dining room, I should probably refrain from making too much connections between this and Clue because, spoiler alert, this is a far better game. But as you go and play the game, you're going to be going through different rooms, and you're going to take a turn, move up to 2 spaces, and then do the function of that room.
Yeah. So essentially, you're moving around and you're trying to take suspect cards from other players to narrow down the pool of suspects. Essentially, every single time you take a suspect card from either the board game or a player, then you can eliminate that monk as being the murderer. And then you slowly do that. There's other ways that you can make guesses on a trait of the murderer. Once you narrow it down, you can just kind of, he's probably going to be fat, or he's probably going to be Franciscan or something like that. And the closer you get to, or the more correct traits you guess,
At the end
the
of the
more
game.
points you get at the end of the game.
Yeah, let me just jump in there real quick. That's one thing that kind of makes this game unique as far as a deduction game, because if you go into I believe it's the chapter hall, and make a declaration like I believe that you're sometimes playing the odds based on the amount of cards that you've seen. I believe that the murderer is Franciscan. And you can go back and make another declaration later. Oh, I think the murderer is fat. So if any of those things are true at the big reveal, so to speak, you're going to get points for those. But so the person who guesses the murderer, when they want to finally make an accusation, and you can make an accusation at a certain point in the game, then they might not necessarily be the person who wins because it's based off of the points at the end of the game. So, Cody might have gotten the murderer correctly, but throughout the game I've said, oh, he's bald, he's a brother, he's a Franciscan, he's fat. And if all those are true, maybe I ended up winning just based off points, even though Cody triggered the end game condition with declaring correctly the murderer. So I think that's kind of a cute little aspect of the game.
Yeah.
Yeah. So what are your kind of initial impressions of the game?
So my initial thoughts on the game, we've played like once every other year.
We haven't played it in a while, yeah.
But I like it. It's very simple.
It's cozy.
It's a very simple deduction game. It's fun. We just played it with 2 people, which is kind of
you
not...
you can't play it
Yeah,
with
it's
2.
got to be 3.
We just played it tonight with 2 just to refresh because it's literally been years. But you just to be fair, you cannot play this with 2.
I'd say about like half hour.
Yeah.
Or so. But like, I don't know. It's simple. It's fun. And tons of replayability. But for whatever reason, it's just not something that we grab a lot.
What made you want to kind of discuss this game other than the connection to the movie we're talking about?
I think because we played it enough times that it stuck with me as a solid game.
Okay.
And then it just fits so well with the movie. I think that's probably the biggest reason.
So it's very contrived.
I like when it does that.
So it's funny because I used to really... I'm actually thinking out loud now. I don't know how many straight like this, right? Like how many straight deduction games I even owned. Mm-hmm. It's just not... I feel like it was a genre that I was really into when I was younger and just wasn't into games as much as I am now, right? Like, because of course growing up, everyone had their like favorite like classic games, right? And Clue was one of my favorite classic games, right? And of course, there's no reason to play Clue if you
have a better version,
and if you own this, it's like blows Clue out of the water. It's like a gamery Clue. I always say it's a gamery Clue. But it's fun. And I don't know anything about the new version, so maybe they improved on some of the mechanics. But if you just want like a cozy comfort game, I think that this might be like something that can kind of scratch that itch. It's good deduction. There's some fun events that'll switch things up at the end of every round. There's a little bit of card play, and the art's fun. I'm assuming that the new version is probably much better than this one. Well, maybe not. If I didn't play, we're kind of rambling, but I just want to make this one point real quick. If I were like new to like designer board games, and have my only experience has been Monopoly, Clue, Battleship, whatever, and I played this game, my mind would be like, mind would be like blown. I'm like, whoa, games like this exist? It was not unlike when I saw like Akira for the first time. Yeah. And that was like the first, like a lot of people maybe, I don't know, when I first saw like an anime, and that was the first anime I saw, I was like, whoa. It like elevates, right? Like it's like cartoons like this exist.
Two Girls, One Cup, and you're just like, holy shit, this is what it can be? Now this is nice.
Some people like to kiss, some people like to hug, some lesbians like eating each other's.
But no, it's solid. Like I said, I agree with you about a 7. So.
This might be the first time we've agreed on a rating for a board game. 7s.
You're talking about exact. We've been close before.
Yeah, but I don't think we've ever been exact.
We haven't?
Oh, I don't know. I don't watch our videos.
Or like,
yeah, why the fuck would I watch our videos?
They're bad.
Yeah, they suck.
Of course, I'm an excellent driver.
All right, so I would say let's get to the meat, but I don't want to say that because the movie we're about to discuss is good, as is the board game we discussed. So, Cody,
think about it.
You had this in your head.
Yes.
I would say fixation. You can disagree. I would say
I've been suggesting this for a while.
I would say fixation on maybe in your brain, like the puzzle pieces just connected so perfectly that we got to do it regardless. So
they fit so well, and you kind of mentioned it. They kind of have to be this game has to be inspired by the movie, right?
Oh well, yeah.
So it's like it just makes sense that we would kind of record them together or talk about them together. So obviously, we are playing Mystery of the Abbey. So the movie we're watching is So we are.
What are we really
reviewing
talking about? Go on.
Call of the Rose.
That's not what it's called.
Name of the Rose.
That's not what it's called.
In the Name of the Rose.
That's actually not what it's called. I think.
In
There's no in.
Name of Rose.
Within these walls, men come to seek God. He has come when he is challenged by a man of cruelty and power.
I don't like this place.
I find it most stimulating.
The hunter becomes the hunted, and a crime that could not be suppressed.
He did not write with his tongue.
A time where to be different was to be condemned.
Sean Connery, F. Murray Abraham. The Name of the Rose. A story of unholy murder.
Yeah, so The Name of the Rose is a film that came out in 1986, I believe, directed by Jean-Jacques, based off the Umberto Eco novel that was published in 1980, Italian novel. And more or less, you have, again, like a murder mystery set in a monastery. You have Sean Connery, you have a very young Christian Slater, I think it's his second.
Apprentice.
Yeah, as his second or third film. You have F. Murray Abraham, you have Ron Perlman in there.
Ron Perlman.
Yeah, who's foul in that film.
Nous contemplâmes l'Apocalypse, hein? Là-bas, nous avons il diavolo, hein?
Then you just have a bunch of ugly ghouls.
So, real quick, you have, and obviously it is a murder mystery, and you can get that from the name of the main character, who is like William of Baskerville or something. So you can see that
Baskerville's, I think.
No, it's Baskerville.
Is it?
Because it's you can. That's why I was like, this is like Sherlock Holmes vibes. There was another Sherlock Holmes reference in there too.
Elementary. He said elementary.
Elementary, he did, yeah, in the film. But more or less, you have Sean Connery, a Franciscan friar, arriving at this Benedictine monastery.
A kind of outsider. A black sheep. He's a black sheep of the
Well,
monks.
his views aren't necessarily subscribed to the views of a typical friar or monk, right?
Yeah.
Yet, Aristotle devoted his second book of Poetics to comedy as an instrument of truth.
He was also kind of... we can get into it, but he was kind of...
Pompous?
He's almost kind of... Well,
Yeah.
kind of. But he was also kind of exiled for a while.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
Imprisoned.
Yes.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
but anyway, so he shows up, and there's been some murders going on, and it's ill timing for the Benedictines, because as it turns out, there's going to be a religious conference between the Benedictines and the Franciscans, and that kind of serves as the backdrop for these monks that are ending up dead. And it's up to Sean Connery to find out who's doing the killing.
What is your opinion of this movie? What were your thoughts when you were watching it?
I don't know. It's an entertaining movie. I think I originally saw this movie. It was my father's, from the vat of my dad's VHSs, and I threw it on randomly one night as a kid and watched it, and I enjoyed it then, and was curious how it held up now, because you wanted to do this little connection between the game and movie we're discussing. So me throwing this on is probably the first time I saw this movie in over 25 years. Easy, probably.
Wow. I feel like I saw it in school, but that can't be the case because there's nudity in here.
Doesn't show a movie like that in school, really?
No, I feel so. Maybe I watched it with my grandpa, because I definitely remember seeing this and like thinking it was a kid putting on a movie about a bunch of friars, and you're just like, this is gonna be fucking stupid.
Yeah.
But I actually really liked it. I really
Yeah.
enjoyed it.
Yeah.
But
there
is
lot...
nudity, so I couldn't have seen it in school.
There's a lot of there's a lot going on, which is I don't want to say it's like gender bending, genre bending, because obviously at its core it's a historical fiction murder mystery. But you have like some drama in there, you have some romance in there, you have some horror in there. There's some scenes where you're like, oh, that's actually kind of disturbing. And there's some scenes like, because the book in question is held in this isolated secret part of the monastery, and the characters, the mains, are literally roaming around an M.C. Escher painting, right? Like going up and down the stairs, this labyrinth, right? And then you have this kind of unresolved relationship between Sean Connery and F. Murray Abraham, who's basically there to just fuck shit up, more or less.
I think the biggest mystery is like how and why.
The journey.
Yeah, I think that's the biggest thing is like how is he doing it?
Yeah.
And then why? And honestly, like the
that
how,
makes sense.
I like the how.
Yeah, the poison pages.
Yeah, because then literally you're like Adam and Eve or whatever. Right. You're tempted by the thing, and then if you actually give in to it, you die.
Yeah.
And then the why is I can see it if you're an old monk person, like, and they're all devoid of all kinds of emotion, and it's just literally just a bunch of guys locked away.
Yeah.
I could see, like the explanation he gives on humor corrupting people, like I can kind of get it.
Laughter is a devilish wind, which deforms the lineaments of the face and makes men look like monkeys.
Monkeys do not laugh. Laughter is particular to man.
As is sin.
But you will not eliminate laughter.
Legalize comedy. Yeah.
And obviously, and then another thing I like too, like I said, because it combines so much, I like that. But then also, like, if you distill it down to its core too, like get really, really basic, you can say it's a love story almost as well, right? Even though that's such a small part of the movie, it really is. Like, it's a fraction of the film. But the narrator, Christian Slater grown up, like, talks about how much impactful that was with him, right?
Yeah, like
and whether or not he made the right choice and all that.
Well, he says he does, but he always
but you can tell he he still regrets it though, maybe.
Well, I don't think he regrets
not regrets it, excuse me, but like
huge impact.
Wondering if he made the right choice.
Yeah. Honestly, I really, really liked it. I after rewatching it, it's probably been like at least 10 years.
Yeah.
I watched it, and honestly, I was thinking, hey, because we haven't had a week to review this. Honestly, I was going to watch it again this week. I didn't get time, but because I'm like, it's a solid movie. I'd give it like an 8.5 out of 10.
You and your 8.5s. I feel like
I really liked it.
I feel
it was
like
really good.
I feel like we can come up with a Cody rubric based on.
And I think Sean Connery is perfect for it.
Yeah, no, he did good in it. Yeah, for sure. I like the character. But I feel like we can come up with a Cody rubric where it's like, okay, how many times has Cody rubbed on his phone while watching the film? Because I feel like the less amount of times you've done it means that you're more engaged with the movie. Yeah. So, we come up with a new scoring system for you. It's like, I only looked at my phone 3 times.
2 Girls, 1 Cup, that's 0. That's the 0 phone. I watched that thing very intently.
Oh, God.
It's one of those things
where like 2000,
you get something new every time you see it. It's like watching a British show where you're like, oh, I didn't understand what they said the first 10 times I saw it, but this 11th time, I feel like I could understand what he said this time.
Okay.
So what would you give it out of 10?
Using our little limiting rating system, I would say, Yes, well, thank you for watching. Thank you for listening. Thank you for indulging us in Cody's journey to talk about Mystery of the Abbey and The Name of the Rose, only because that they share the same theme. I mean, that was why we talked about this tonight. But no, they're both very solid movies, solid games. So if there's anything else you'd like us to review, let us know. Anything else you'd like us to discuss, let us know. Let us know in the comments. Don't forget to like, subscribe, hit that button. What button? That like button, that bell, notifications. Let us know. We'll see you next time. You know what? If I had a penny, they're phasing out the penny, but still. If I had a penny For every time you reference Two Girls, One Cup, I would have at least $10.